Let's see if we can come up with a setup. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, just here's down here. Next one. Okay, see if you can come up with a setup there first to solve that or to set that. Now you're going to use an inequality because this is similar to the one that was on the test. Okay, you got an installation fee. For how many months would it be cheaper to go with DirecTV? So we want DirecTV to be less than Spectrum. Okay, we want that to be less than Spectrum. Okay, so let's see if we can set that up. So what do you think there, Emily, for the setup?
It's 100 plus 85x.
Now is that for Spectrum or DirecTV? Let's do DirecTV first. What's the installation fee for DirecTV?
350.
All right, so DirecTV has an installation fee of $350, and then what does DirecTV charge a month?
$100.
Hold on.
50.
Okay, so DirecTV charges $50 a month. So they don't have everything together. They got things a little bit spread out. So we just got to make sure we get everything in the right spots. Spectrum charges $100, and then Spectrum charges $85 a month. Okay, so in this case here, so $350 is my installation fee plus $50 a month. I'm going to use 50M. You can use X. That's fine. All right, it's less than. All right, what's going to go for the other side? Jenna Reynolds, what do you think?
It is less than 100 plus 85x.
Okay, 100 plus 85. I'm just going to put an M. You use X, that's fine. All right, so now we want to solve that. Mason.
Subtract 50.
Good. Subtract 50. Subtract 50M. Hey, when you're subtracting, when grading some of your papers, make sure you put that M. If it's 50M, don't just put 50. Put down the variable as well. Okay, so to indicate that you're subtracting that variable as well, not just the number. Because now that gives me 350 is less than 100 plus 35M. 60, 70, 80. Mason?
I'll subtract 100 on the side.
Okay, so let's subtract 100. And I get 250 is less than 35M. Now go ahead and divide by 35. Okay, I don't know if it comes out nice. Man, what'd you get?
7.1.
7.1. So 7.1 is less than M. Now I'm going to rewrite this. As M is greater than 7.1. Now I got to answer this question here before I get down to this last one. And this is where a few of you, we got to be careful on your answers from the test. For how many months would it be cheaper to go with DirecTV? Ava?
It would be cheaper to go with DirecTV for more than 8 months.
Yeah, so the thing was more than 8 months. 9 months. Can I get it for 8 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you word it like that, more than 8 months, you're going up to the next month. So somehow you got to include 8. Okay, so you can say for 8 or more months. Okay, so DirecTV is cheaper. And you just can't say for 8 months either. You got to say for 8 or more months. Okay, because it's cheaper for 9, it's cheaper for 10, it's cheaper for 11, it's cheaper for 12. Anything after 8 is cheaper for, so you just can't say 8 months. Even if that's what you're thinking in your head, You got to put it down on paper because we can't interpret. We can only interpret what you have written down. Can't say 7 because technically Spectrum would be cheaper for 7. All right, explain a scenario where someone would want to get Spectrum rather than DirecTV. Griffin?
If you're on vacation at one of your beach houses for like 2 months.
Just one of them, yeah. So yeah, all right. So if you're only going to be there for 2 months, you want to get cable. You would do that. Any other? There's some good people come up with some good reasons that I wouldn't even think of. Anybody else come up with something? I agree with that one. Somebody said, I think it was last year. What if you just wanted to order for football season? Like you're a big football fan. Okay, so you would just get it for 4 or 5 months, and then you're going to cancel it. So then you would want to go with Spectrum because it's going to be cheaper for anything less than 7. You're only going to be somewhere for a certain period of time. So we'll go with, vacation home for 2 months. That way you're spending less. You don't want to get it for that whole year. Okay. All right, now this next one. This is probably the hardest one, or people have the most issues with setting this one up. Where's this one at? This is on the back of the first page. Okay, back of the first page. Okay. Perimeter of a triangle. First of all, how many sides does a triangle have? It has 3. So over there on the right-hand side, you might want to draw a triangle. The first side is 3 centimeters shorter than the second side. And the third side is twice as long as the first side. In the end, we have to answer that question, find the length of the longest side. Usually with a problem like this, one of the sides will be labeled X. Okay, just an X. And then based upon that, we can label the other sides. All right, any ideas which side we could label X? Griffin.
The right side.
Well, let's talk first, second, or third.
Oh, second.
All right, the second side, because here's why. The first side is 3 centimeters shorter than the second. Well, it's based upon the second side. Okay, so for that one, if I let the second side be X, I can now label the first side. Well, if the second side is X, how do I label the first side? Okay, Abby?
Yeah.
That would be 3 times as long, but what's it say? It is 3 centimeters what?
Shorter.
Shorter. Is that going to be addition or subtraction?
Subtraction.
Subtraction. So you're going to do X minus 3. Okay, X minus 3. So that's the second side. Or excuse me, the first side. All right, how are we going to label the third side? Because we got the third side is twice as long as the first side. Twice as long. Is that going to be multiplication, addition, subtraction?
Multiplication.
It's going to be multiplication. It's twice as long as the first side. So we got to multiply 2 times the first side. Well, here's what you got to be careful of. The first side is X minus 3. You have to make sure you put that in parentheses. Not just 2 and then X with a minus 3 after it. So you have to do 2X minus 3. All right, now where it says equation, you might want to move way over there to the right and move it up just so that you have room to solve this. I didn't really give you enough room to solve it. Well, really, the perimeter. How do we find the perimeter of a triangle? Okay, since we know that. Perimeter triangle.
Oh wait, would you do two times like the 2 and then the X minus 3 and then equals 71?
We got to do a little bit more of that. So just overall, what's perimeter? Anybody? Overall, what's perimeter?
Adding all the sides.
Add all the sides up. So this is side 1, side 2, side 3. So the perimeter is side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. And then we said the perimeter equals what according to the original problem? 71. So now, what do I put in for side 1? We already have it written here. X minus 3. So put that in there. Plus, what do we put in for the second side? That's just what? X. Plus, side 3 is 2 times x minus 3. And now that equals 71. That would be my equation. I'm going to put it here where it says equation, but then I'm going to solve it over there. X minus 3 plus x plus 2 times x minus 3 equals 71. Now we got to solve it. Here's the case you got to watch. We got, there's your equal sign. Don't move anything left or right at this point. Just combine like terms and get rid of parentheses. I'm not going to combine anything yet until I get rid of parentheses. So take x minus 3 plus x plus 2 times x, which is 2x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. All right, I'm still seeing a little bit of mistakes here when you're combining like terms. I have an x, I have another x, and I have a 2x. As long as they're all on the same side, you do whatever their signs tell you. So what's x plus 2x? Don't do the opposite. Just add them up. 1
4x.
gives you 4x. Now, what else do I have here? I got a minus 3 and a minus 9. What is negative 3 minus 6? Or excuse me, negative 3 and a negative 6. What's negative 3 minus 6? Going to be
-9.
negative 9. So you're going to write 4x minus 9. And let me actually scoot this over a little bit. 4x minus 9 equals 71. Now, we're good because we know how to do it from here. Add 9. I get 4x equals 80. Divide by 4. I get x equals 20. All right. I want you to take a second on your own and see if you can answer that question. What's the length of the longest side? See if you can answer that question. How do you think you got an answer?
The length of the longest side is 27 meters long.
I'm going to disagree. So give everybody else a chance here. All right, Lucas?
I got 28 centimeters.
28? I still think I disagree. Ellie, then Griffin.
I got what?
Go ahead.
Oh, I got 3 for the longest length of 34.
You mean side 3?
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
got.
And Ellie, what'd you have?
20.
20? All right, I'm going to go, the answer's 34.
Yeah.
Griffin's right. Now, we have a lot of people that missed it. Let's see why. Well, what is the first side? Here's the expression for the first. X is 20. That may or may not be a side. We don't know yet. The first side is x minus 3, right? Well, what's 20 minus 3? So the first side has a length of 17. The second side is just x. So what is its length? 20. The third side is 2 times x minus 3. Well, if you plug in x is 20, 20 minus 3 is 17. What's 2 times 17? 34. Addie, what did you say, 27?
That's 20.
You said,
I just didn't plug the 20.
you just said the
Yeah,
20,
I didn't know.
which is a lot of people will do that. They'll just say that answer is 20. Lucas, what'd you have?
I accidentally put for X 17 because that's what I got for the first
Side?
Yeah.
Okay, so once you get that first side, that may or may not be the x. So you have to just keep following. Whatever we got for x, that goes into each little piece. Okay? So in the end, when we add those up, these 3 together better add up to what? 71. Okay, 20 plus 17 is 37. 37 plus 34 does happen to be 47, 57, 67. Doesn't give us 71. All right, so make sure you answer that question. Length of the longest side is 34, and I think we're in centimeters. 34 centimeters. All right, so right now there should be a 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I said, like, some of those pages got a little jacked up. Make sure you can find 5, followed by 6, 7, and 8. And one of the questions for 6 starts on this next page. All right, so here's what you're saying is you're working on this till you are finished in class here. If you get stuck, I will definitely help you